Hello gamers, welcome to another edition of Tonight on Mage Hammer's Game Table, where tonight I am doing a Session 0 character creation video for my next foray into dungeon delving. And I'm going to be using my favorite role-playing game system ever, and that is Delves and Dangers, as you can see before you here. This is my own creation. I designed Delves and Dangers. This is a rules-light fantasy role-playing game to be fast, fun, and get to roll lots of dice. But not too many dice, but enough to make you really happy. So anyway, so this is my game. I have other videos introducing to the system. You can go back and check those out. But I'm starting a new series. Now, this series has been a long time coming. I've been thinking about it for several months. And I've decided I'm going to go with it. Now, my last episode was the end of my second Spell League story with Grandin and his mercenaries. And you'll have to go watch that video to see how that ended up. But I've decided that I'm going to end that series the way I said I was going to end it if I didn't make a new video. So that's all in the last video. You can go watch that whole series. It's about 4 videos, I think. Introducing the second season of the Spell League. This time, I have decided that I'm going to, well, you know what? Let me give you the way back. All right, so I'm using Delves and Dangers, my game, and I'll be designing the characters here in this video. But it's coming off an idea that I fell in love with in my senior year of high school. 1987, when this book came out. This was the first introduction of a full Forgotten Realms setting thrown out into the world. Now, obviously, the setting had been taking shape in the pages of Dragon magazine, as Ed Greenwood kept submitting articles. But when this came out, you know, everything changed. The novels were out. Novels were great, I think Darkwalker and Moonshade came out very close to this or before this. Actually, I think it came out before this. So Forgotten Realms was out there, but this is the first campaign setting of it, okay? So reading this was awesome. It's just so much fun, all right? You know, if you like fantasy adventure, high fantasy adventure, this was the book to read. But then I got to page 19. And on page 19, one of the greatest moments of my life happened. Ed Greenwood introduced a group of adventuring companies, and one of them was called Halfling Inc. Now, those of you that know me know that I love halflings. I have been in love with halflings since The Hobbit, and I read The Hobbit in 6th grade. And they are my favorite race, species, kindred, whatever you want to call it, to play. And I've followed, anytime there was a halfling in a novel, I went nuts. There was a halfling in Darkwalker Moonshade, and there was a halfling in Crystal Shard. I just love it. I just follow halflings. All the halfling art from the old school games, especially my favorite, of course, are Jeff D. halflings. Those, to me, are the best halflings ever. But when I got to this page, Halfling Inc., I was like, oh. And then I'm just going to read this to you because it's just so magical. One of the few well-known groups of non-human adventurers, this party is made up entirely of halflings who have gained notoriety throughout the Sea of Fallen Stars for their adventures and their con games. All are more than willing to take advantage of their abilities and the natural gullibility and greed of the large folk and a number of scams which have left some humans holding a gem bag filled with rocks. That's their signature. This group, more than any other, has contributed to the idea of halflings as dangerously clever individuals. Despite their heroism, usually in situations where they have no other choice, such as the removal of the beholder Zal from the haunted halls of Evening Star and the destruction of a gate to the lower realms in Westgate, Halfling Inc. has been known to use humans and other races as agents and to hook up with larger adventuring companies. Those who encounter this wily group of halflings should be warned that they may be trusted only as far as their interests lie alongside those of the party. There is a core group of 5 halflings in the organization, though there are often others who join up for the mission in their series of adventurers. I believe Corkatron Hyrule Alanamuck is a 9th level thief in AD&D parlance. I believe he's the leader. Aaliyah Columbine, she is a 6th level cleric of Brandabaris, the halfling god of thievery and stealth. Ortegar Mistfiffle, an 8th grade fighter, weapon specialization, and a drow hand crossbow. Gormagord, Flemistar, 8th level thief. And then Ozyman Listfitter, a 7th level druid. He has chose the mammal shape to transform into a human shape and will often appear as the hulking northern barbarian. So that was the roll call. So that was my introduction to Halfling Inc. Then Halflings Inc. disappeared off the face of the earth. I cannot find any other reference to them until the publication of the Draconomicon. And there is a quotation from Corchester, all in the muck in there, about dragons. And he is referenced twice in that text. I don't have a physical copy of the text, but I have a PDF. Then the only other item, the only other mention that I've been able to find in the history of the game and the realms is in the ill-fated, poorly thought out card game, Dungeons & Dragons card game called Spellfire. They came out with a Halfling Inc. card. So I was like, ooh. Now, I was very excited. I did not know this card existed until about 15 minutes ago, half hour ago. So I automatically went out and bought a copy on eBay. Because I have a ton of Spellfire cards, but I do not have this one. Because if I would have had this one, I would have known it. So I have this card on its way to me as we speak. So that is the only references, according to the Forgotten Realms wiki, to the Halfling Inc. adventuring company. Well, that idea, of course, has stayed with me throughout the centuries. Yes, I'm very old. And so I have decided that I am going to run an all Hairfoot group. Hairfoot are what Halflings are called in my Delves and Dangers game. I also have made the decision that they are going to be founded by Theo Shieldfoot, who has been featured in my past 2 Spell League stories. He is just a mercenary that was working for Grandin Hendlestone. So he is going to create his own adventuring company only of Hairfoots. And he is 2nd level. I might bump him to 3rd, we'll see. But as of right now, he's 2nd level, and he is going to be the founding member of the group. He is a cleric of Retha, the goddess of luck in my world, Mevin, and especially on the continent, or this area of the world known as the Swordlands, which many of you should be familiar with if you've been following my channel. I'm going to create the other 3 characters in this video. They are going to be all Hairfoot, and I'm going to pretty much do, I'm going to do the range of characters. One of them is going to be Clyde. Clyde is a tough halfling I kind of based loosely on Wolverine. He wields 2 short swords. He is a BA, BA Baracus from the A-Team. BA means something that I'm not going to say on this family-friendly channel. And he is a tough guy who smokes cigars. And so he is going to be one of the characters I'm going to create here. But this is going to be at the beginning of his career. So they're all going to be 1st level, because I think I'm going to continue this until they go up a couple of levels before I abandon this series and move on to something else. And then I'll probably come back to it, because this is just something that I love, because I love Hairfoots. I just love them, always have. Anyway, but I have a cleric here, and Clyde is a fighter. So he's a warrior in my game. So I will make him. Then I'm going to need a wizard. So I will create a wizard. I don't know, should I just use one of my old wizards? Yeah, it's like kind of the greatest hits. Let's see. I could bring in Barry. I could just do Barry Goodhollow now that I think about it. She could, yeah, maybe I'll just do Barry Goodhollow. Theo Shieldfoot, Barry Goodhollow. And then I would need I don't want to do a druid. I'm not a big fan of druids, but I played a druid for a while, Kendall. But all right, so yeah, Theo, Barry. I mean, why reinvent the wheel? Maybe I'll advance her to 2nd level. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. So Theo and Barry. So I'm going to make Clyde here on camera. And then while I'm doing that, I'll think about what I want the 4th one to be. I guess I'm going to have to do a thief. I'm going to have to do a thief. Yep, I'm going to have to do a thief. All right, so here we go. All right, so we're going to go Clyde. That's his only name, just Clyde. He is a warrior. He is a Hairfoot. He's obviously going to go with strength as his main, so he gets a 3 dice in that, or 3 in that, and agility and mind are 2 and 2. Strength resistance, he's a warrior, so he's going to get a plus, he's going to get his proficiency bonus to strength, and then he gets a bonus, a kindred bonus to agility resistance, being a Hairfoot at 3, and mind resistance 2. He wears a chainmail shirt underneath his clothes, but it's basically a chainmail shirt, but it's kind of big for him, so it basically ends up being like a suit of chainmail, and he wears a trench coat. So he's at +1 because he's going to be level 1. So he gets to reroll 1 die. You guys all know that. As a Hairfoot, his 25-foot movement, +1 agility resistance, which we've already factored in. And then in profession abilities, he gets +2d to attack rolls for every 3 levels. He gets +1 stamina per level. And he gets strength resistance to strength. Yep, let's double check. I know that's it. I know that's it, but I just like to look at my book. So let's go to the professions. +2 to attack roll, whatever there. Yep. Any weapon, strength resistance, yes. Okay, so he wields 2 short swords. And he is wearing chainmail. So that gives him a armor of 2. No shield because he's wielding 2 weapons. So let's go with, let's get down his attack dice. So for his attack dice from melee, he used strength. He could use his agility because short swords are light weapons, but you know. So 3 strength, +1 for proficiency is 4, +2 for his profession ability is 6, plus a short sword's weapon bonus is 1, that's 7, and he wields both at the same time, which for player characters makes this 8 dice with both swords. And technically it'd be 7 dice if he just had to use 1. Doesn't use spells. Doesn't currently have a gem. We'll give him 10 gold, 6 silver for fun. His stamina. Now, stamina is 3 times 3 is 9, plus 6, so that's 15. And he also gets to add 1 because he's first level as a warrior, 16 stamina. He speaks Hairfoot. Tranistalian, which in my world is the trade language, and he can get up to 2 more. We're going to say orc and goblin. He's not messing around. Okay, and that's it. Clyde is created. So I'll render him down into this. I'll get him typed up with the rest of these here. All right, so we're gonna have to go with a thief. So let's go with Fenister Sneakfoot. Not very original, but that's what came to my head. He's level 1. His profession is thief. His kindred is Hairfoot. Strength's going to be 2. He's going to take the 3 in agility, and mind is 2. Agility resistance. As a thief, he gets a +1. He gets his proficiency bonus to agility resistance, plus he gets his kindred bonus. So he has a 5 agility resistance and a 2 strength resistance and a 2 mind resistance, a +1 proficiency bonus. His stamina is going to be 6 plus 6 is 12. He's going to be wearing a chain, a ringmail. He's going to wear ringmail. I like to have my thieves in ringmail because it gives them a 2 armor and they have a -3d to stealth, but especially as a Hairfoot, he should be able to mitigate that pretty nicely. No power points. He moves 25 feet. Hairfoot language. Tranistalian language. And he is going to be, guess we'll call it Thieves' Cant. He's going to get that free, I think. So we'll give him 2 more. Elf, and Dwarf. All right, kindred abilities, reroll 1 failed die. 25-foot movement, already got that. He gets +1 agility, resistance. Now, +1D stealth, I forgot. +1D stealth for Clyde as well. Yeah, I think that's everything for the Hairfoot. Let me double check. I know I designed a game, but it never hurts to double check, folks. Plus, I just really like going and looking in my book. Yep, all good. All right. So, profession abilities. Okay, so +3D opportunistic attack. You know how that works, those of you who are familiar with the game. If not, if it attacks somebody unawares or attacks a enemy engaged with an ally, he gets a +3 dice to the attack. +2D to thievery and stealth. So if he goes to pick a lock, or he tries to sneak down a hall, he tries to pick a pocket, he gets +2D, plus his proficiency, plus his agility score. So there's that. What else do thieves get? They also get agility resistance, +1 agility resistance. Or no, they get agility proficiency resistance. All right. Thief. Yep, and every level divisible by 3. I'm going to give him a short sword and a hand crossbow. Already said he's wearing ringmail. So that's -3D stealth. So the hand crossbow is agility plus proficiency is 4. Doesn't get any kind of profession bonus to a regular attack, and gets +1 because hand crossbow is a light weapon, so he's looking at 5 dice when he fires off his hand crossbow. Short sword, same thing, it's a light weapon, can use agility, 3, 4, proficient with it, so he gets proficiency bonus, so that's 4 total, and doesn't get any additional pluses there. So that is also with the short swords +1 light, he's 5D. He attacks with his short sword. Doesn't use any spells. Gem, 10 gold, 6 silver. And Fenister Sneak Fool, maybe I should keep it that way. Sneak Foot is born. Okay, so those are going to be the party. We're going to be led by Theo Shieldfoot, Hairfoot Cleric, that some of you are very familiar with. Barry Goodhollow, some of you are also very familiar with her. Clyde, the cigar chomping, dual short sword wielding halfling Hairfoot warrior, and Fenister Sneakfoot. He is a Hairfoot thief extraordinaire. Starting them all out at first level, with the exception of Theo. I think I'll keep it that way. Barry has had some adventures. Maybe I'll make her second level. Maybe. I'll see. So these two will be second level, these two will be first level. And then we'll see where the adventure goes. I don't really have an idea for the story, so I'm going to need to come up with that, which is no problem, I suppose. But it will be a dungeon delve. I thought about maybe doing a city adventure or whatever, along the lines of like Tabletop Wanderer has been doing, Solo Spelunking has been doing. But I just, my heart is being called by the dungeon delve, and I want to see how these Hairfoots do in a dungeon delve. So I just got to come up with MacGuffin. I can come with an idea. And we shall see where that takes us in our next episode. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. It's the launching of a new and exciting campaign, and we'll see where it takes us, what roads we go down with it. So until next time, keep on rolling dice and playing games. You know what? Before I do that, thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything that all the comments that you've made, watching my videos, coming along with me this journey, getting on Mage Hammer's Game Table fan page on Facebook, joining my Discord, and just being there, hanging out, and talking about the stuff I'm doing here, talk about gaming in general, talking about being a gamer in this day and age. So it really means a lot to me. Thanks for downloading Delves and Dangers. Thank you so much for all that you do for me. And until next time, keep on rolling dice and playing games. Mage Hammer out.